Live. Hello, hello. Welcome to the real
Hello.
story behind her business. Today we have Rebecca Bratz with us. And I'm really excited because every Saturday we bring, the best of what female entrepreneurs that I know, and some of them I don't know very well. They bring amazing stories about, why they do what they do. And you are one of those, Rebecca. Thank you so much for because I know it's not a thing that you really enjoy to go live, and who does enjoy really, it's always like an extra step. But I so appreciate that you want to share your story with me, with the audience here. And then, so if you're listening to the podcast or watching on YouTube or Facebook, you're here in Clubhouse as well. Welcome, everybody. Please leave your questions in the comments, and we'll go after the interview. We'll go and I'm sure Rebecca will have a few minutes to answer you. If you don't know me yet, I'm Angélique Binet. I'm the founder of Social Media Love, and I help women entrepreneurs to unleash or unlock their inner rock star on social media, mostly with organic and paid traffic, so that they can monetize their message. And Rebecca and I, we kind of share a similar mission, right? So tell us more, Rebecca. Who do you help with your business?
Who do I help? Well, first of all, thank you for having me today, Angélique. It was, like you said, I'm nervous, but this is good.
I'm
good
here
for
with
the both
you.
of us.
I love it.
So I serve, let's say, ambitious, time-strapped entrepreneurs who want to implement their missions for world domination. So in layman's terms, what that means is that I help simplify the marketing jungle so that they can free up more of their time, market more effectively, and the bonus is to make more money. And how I do that is through creating websites, landing pages, sales pages, email marketing, automations, to get when people sign up for their webinars or their courses, digital workbooks, their freebies for their opt-ins. I'm really the behind the scenes to give them more of their time back so they can focus on getting their business online.
I call this a fairy.
A fairy?
Fairy, like from a fairy tale. Someone who is in the back of the shop and doing things. Shit happen thanks to you.
Yeah, pretty much. I make this shit happen.
Or a magician, whatever you want to call it. But you're the little fairy in the back, like making everybody look good and ready. And then less stress, because stress is so, it depletes our creativity, depletes our energy. When it's time to sell, it's an exchange of energy. So if you're tired, you don't sell well, right?
Right. And really, they're the subject matter expert, not me. So what I am doing is, letting them focus on the content that they want to create so that it all comes together beautifully, on brand, on time, and just that they get their voice out there. We've seen it in the pandemic, right? People are used to being on stages talking or in corporations training. You can still do the exact same thing, just online. And if you're not used to all the technology and behind the scenes things, that's where I come in to give them a hand.
I love this. So tell me, Rebecca, what did it look like that creative woman helping other women to be powerfully positioned online right now? When you were a little girl, what was your most favorite things you were doing at 4 or 5?
Oh gosh, I sound like such a geek at 4 or 5, but really, I loved office supplies. Computers. My dad was a general manager in casting and finishing at the Kohler Company here in Wisconsin. And I don't know if we were like the first family on the block or something, but we had a computer and I would go on there and just make him all of these spreadsheets, these graphs showing like how his guys are working, what he can do to make changes, total geek. And then for like Christmas and birthday parties or birthday presents, I would get Post-it notes, pencils, pens, graph paper, color paper, crayons, whatever. And I would just go and pretend that I was a secretary or I was a doctor, and I'd have like little trays set up in my office where, I could take the paper and be like, okay, next customer is Joe, whatever, So that's kind of where that all came into play. And then in my corporate days, um, I really held more support positions because I knew that I never really wanted to climb the corporate ladder. More, more so, I found joy and like being successful for myself was helping people get to the higher level in their careers and knowing that I could help them, um, let's say like by creating a report to make it really beautiful, to make it easier to read. I knew that getting them higher on their food chain was what success would look like to me, I guess is what I'm saying.
Wow, you're so like you're a give like you. I love that you want to make others shine, and you have the tools and the you see for us for others. You see how we
Mhm.
should do things so that it looks like that, so that it helps us. I love this. So
Yeah.
when your clients comes to you,
Mhm.
Rebecca, what is the first big pain they have that they tell you, or how do they identify the need they have for someone like you who's going to make everything easier for them?
Mhm. So a lot of my clients come to me and say, like, first of all, I don't have time. I don't know how to do it. I don't want to learn how to do it. I just know that I have so much information in my brain that I need to get it out to the world because I'm sitting on a gold mine, not sharing this content with them. So, what do I need to do? And then we'll talk about, okay, well, do you have email marketing? No. Do you have a website? No. Do you have a landing page? No. Do you have branding? No. So I'm like, oh boy, like we have to create the whole entity, which is also fun, um, just for even the client to come and see their work out there. And I think that's just amazing in itself when they're like, oh my gosh, my brand is out there. I just got um, 3 people to sign up for my mailing list. Like just those little victories is so rewarding for me.
Mm, so tell me before, like, so now this is where you are at, but what was your most burning desire before you started your business? Because I know you're from the corporate world, and I know there are so
Mhm.
many ladies going to be watching here that are in this position. I am one of them, by the way, because I'm still, a paid media strategist for an organization, as well as
Mhm.
a full-time social media entrepreneur. So I have two full-time passion, actually,
Right. Right.
So tell me more, Rebecca. Where were you in terms of the burning thing in you, before you
Mhm.
started your business, and why?
Sure. So, um, I guess when I was in college, for graphic and web design, I was doing, you had to create some college projects, right? So you had to go and create your own website. You had to go and create your own um, business card, your own pamphlets. And, it was fun. And I was able to get a local restaurant in town that I live to be like my first paying client in college. And I created their website. I did some other branding, their menus, and I thought, well, this is fun. So as when I was at Kohler, I started off as a forklift driver, then I was an HR, then I was a project manager, then I was just in a support role, and then I went into digital marketing. And I thought, I have all of these trades, these tasks that I can do. And I thought, well, why wouldn't I just go ahead and do that on my own? And I thought about it and I'm just like, well, I'm not ready for that or I'm not good enough for that. And what happened was in 2016, my mom had passed away after 12 years of battling breast and brain cancer. And my work was super supportive. I actually had started a new job as a marketing specialist. And when she had passed away, and they were so supportive about just giving me the time off. We were moving into our new house that we built. And I really thought about it even more so then, like losing your mom is tragic, right? Like she's your best friend and I didn't have that anymore. And she was so young, like she was 60. And I thought, the drama and pardon my French, but the bullshit that goes along with the corporate, um, I just didn't have time for that. And I thought, okay, Rebecca, seriously, You can build websites. You used to code them, hard code websites. You are creative, but you're also organized. So why would you not just go for it? And the craziest thing was that my mom came to me in my sleep, full blown silhouette in my bedroom of the house we just built, and told me, quit your job tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So yeah, I walked into my boss's office and I said, I am done. And I have never felt so sick. I thought I would be sick to have this conversation with you today, but that was so stressful, but at the same time, the biggest relief of my life. And I have just been doing it and learning and growing. Yeah, of course, there's going to be some pitfalls, right? Owning your own business and just getting used to the schedule and not having the income that you're used to. But getting the okay from my mom, who is in heaven, like physically, I mean, I felt it. 2 o'clock in the morning, I just woke up and sat him up in bed. I'm just like, okay, mom, yep, I'll quit. I'm quitting. And that's what I did.
Wow.
So she believed in me more than I believed in myself. And here I am 2 years into my business, and I'm having fun. I have great clients. And I am so thankful every day that I made that decision.
Yeah, and you were mentioning something that is key, belief.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, and I don't think women give themselves enough credit, right? They don't believe in themselves. And, the world in general kind of just puts women down on that level. And I think if you are so passionate about what you believe in, or if you're so passionate about what you can give to the world and what you can offer, and you know that you're damn good at what you do, then I say forget all those naysayers and just go and do it.
yep. I even one of my coach right now, she says, if you don't have the belief in yourself yet, borrow the belief I have for you and run with it. And I'm like, I never thought about it. So maybe you took the belief your mom had for you, maybe around you, whoever is listening or watching, you have someone who believes so much in you that you can borrow their belief and then pretend it's yours until you can fly on your own belief.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh my God. So that was 2016, right?
My mom had passed away in 2016, but I didn't really make the leap until 2018.
Okay.
Yep. So then beginning of 19 is when I started Right Hand Design Studio.
Okay. So tell me more about, what was the biggest struggle? So once, you committed to go and tell everybody goodbye, what was, the biggest struggle at the time?
I guess the biggest struggle is the safety net of like a lucrative job, right? Making sure that I have the full support of my husband, knowing that he'd be okay that I wasn't contributing as much. I think that was really hard for me. And then knowing that he did have my support 1,000,000%. I mean, he was so supportive because he knew I was miserable, and he is like my biggest cheerleader. So I knew everything was going to be okay, but still in my heart, I was just like, I don't know if this is right. I don't know if I should be leaving. We just built a house based upon both of our incomes. And I'm like, if it's going to work, it's going to work. And I had to put my doubts aside, and I still doubt myself at times. But you figure it out, you learn, you maybe switch gears a little bit so that you're hitting maybe a different audience or a different niche. And the help with you is that you pushed me, right? You're just like, get out on social media, come up here and get on my show. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't know. But yeah, it's time to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. So.
And you say, I didn't do anything. I just told you, you did it. You did it.
No.
And I really, really believe that the level of success of our business, and success, you define what it is, right? I'm not saying it's money. I'm not saying it's, you define, or maybe it's a bit of everything. I don't know. But whatever you want to accomplish with your business is really exponentially proportional to the degree that you trust yourself. And this is a muscle, right? So you move forward, 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 forward. And the more you prove to yourself that you can do it, oh, I can do, we have like seasons. You hear a lot, what season are you in your business? And I think what we should say is like, what season are you in your personal growth?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so, like, I wish someone told me that business is not about business. It's about you here.
Mindset is a huge role in your success, really, I think.
Yeah. So I just love, like, I admire what you did, by the way. And I love that you went through what you heard inside. Oh, wow. So, okay, the struggle is to get kind of the thing that we have a tendency to always want, the approval of, is my husband okay? What people are gonna say, and we have to go through, like, you took your decision no matter what. Then you had still to go through the approval of society.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you got the biggest approval for you was your husband, because you didn't want to ruin, we are scared to ruin our relationships. And to tell you the truth, I don't think if you agree, but some of our relationship through business disappear because it takes such a level of mindset that not everybody understands how you are switching, who you're becoming. What do you think about this? Did you notice that? Am I the only one?
No, you're not the only one. People think being an entrepreneur or a solopreneur or a business owner in general, like we talked about earlier before we went live, it's the fancy cars and it's the jet airplanes and it's the, all the caviar you can have, but it's really not. It's a lot of hours. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of sleepless nights. It's not glamorous by any means. And when I like to think of myself as a social butterfly, or I may be a little bit more internalized now. But people were used to me being like, hey, do you want to go out? Do you want to go grab dinner? Do you want to go grab a couple drinks? And I'd be like, yeah, right? I would go and just have fun with all my friends. And now it's kind of like, hey, do you want to go grab dinner? Yeah, no, I can't. I'm helping a client do this. And there was a hiccup in the website, so I have to get it fixed because she's going live tomorrow. And people don't understand that. And I think people are put in your lives during a certain season or for a certain reason. And when you better yourself, they're not there because you outgrew them. And I think that's okay.
Ooh, I have shivers. I think that's okay, by the way. She says, yeah. I love it. Yeah.
Personal experience, been there, done that. So yeah, it's okay. They're not, they're not part of this journey with you. And, you had a heck of a ride before you got here with them. So, you can be thankful for that friendship, but now it's time to move on.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. So, okay. So now let's go to the how to. So you went through the approval process, I'm simplifying, right? What was, you had to feel what was the one thing you wanted to accomplish. Yes, you wanted to run your own business, do your own thing, live your own life. But, what was the thrive behind it?
So given the fact that I was always in like more of the support roles in my corporate career, I always feel that I was looked over. You would sit in a conference room and have meetings with engineers or other digital marketers within your company, and you knew the answer to something, and you raise your hand because you're so confident, like, oh, they're going to believe in or more value than believe what I have to say about how to change something, and they like skim right over me. That has happened more times than I care to admit, and it kind of in return made me feel like that beaten puppy, right? Like nobody values what you do, nobody thinks that you're good enough. So the drive for me was to prove everybody wrong. And maybe it was not even to prove everybody wrong, maybe it was more to prove to myself that I am damn good at what I do, and I am smart, and I'm resourceful, and if I don't have the answer, I'm going to find a way to get it, and to make me um, learn, to make me better, to make me like really the best person in my craft, so that people seek me out as the subject matter expert versus the person next to me. So that was really my drive.
Yeah, I thank you so much for sharing this, because it's so personal, right? How we feel, and sometimes you unlocked it. For you, you unlocked it, and you said that's enough, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be me.
Yeah. Dang it.
I love it. So with that journey, so it's been how many years? Help me with my math.
Oh, since I started my business? Just 2 years. I'm very new into it, really.
Yeah, but you kind of started that, it starts when the seed is there, right?
Gosh. Yeah.
It's always what I say, like your love stories, don't discount the one that are the very, very first ones in kindergarten. They matter.
Yeah. Well, in kindergarten, I wanted to be like a forensic scientist. But I'm absolutely like grossed out by scary dead things. So I'm just like, how did I even want to be that? When did I switch into this mindset of being, well, I went into the digital, I switched over to the digital mindset back in like 2007. Right. And I just found so much joy in it. It was so fun to learn. That's before we had like Squarespace and WordPress, where it's just drag and drop type website builders. It was actually learning how to write JavaScript, HTML5, CSS. That's fun to me. That was fun to me. But it really was, to be my own business, it really was like back in 2016 when my mom died, really.
Yeah, you had that epiphany that it was a time.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, like I said, I switched businesses or switched corporations. And maybe it was just that corporation that I worked for that really was just like, oh, heck no. Maybe I wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for that job and it wasn't for my mom passing away. But I do feel that, maybe even now I would have done it. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, you're in another phase, right? It's the season. You're in another season of your life too. I think just for a reason at that time. Everything is at the right time. Even if sometimes we're like, holy moly, that was long, or holy, that's too fast.
Yeah. You're right. Mm-hmm.
What's something you thought at the very beginning was true, but then was proven wrong to you now that that was not true?
That you get your weekends off, that you only need to work 2 hours a week. Yeah, that's lies, all lies. Like I said in the beginning, it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work, and it's kind of cool to see where you start and how you keep like climbing up. And just the more money you make, you can hire help, and then you don't have to worry about it, and then maybe you can go down to 2 hours a week. But I like to be the person for everybody. Like, I like to give everything of me to my clients, and that's my choice to work weekends, nights, whatever. But yeah, I definitely thought for sure it would be a much easier ride than what it is.
And so now, if you go back on the other side of things, to kind of validate that you did the right choice, that you are where you want to be, what was a big first payoff for you after all this work? That day where you said, this is it, this is why I'm doing this. It could be financially, it could be anything.
Yeah. So the biggest payoff was when I first started, I was kind of doing like, I call it soul sucking projects, right? They weren't fun. The women I was working for weren't changing the world. They weren't making things better. I'm just like, what is this, right? And then I found a business coach that we were part of together, and to be able to work with women who want to do better for themselves, to do better for their clients, to help make it a stronger women powerful world, is really what was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. And when I got my first client in that realm, I was like, I'm doing something right. Like it solidified the fact that I don't need to do soul sucking projects to make some money. I want to make big change, and I want to help that woman change as well.
Yeah, like working with people who have a purpose is so much easier, right, for them as well, and for us too. Oh, I so agree with what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's a game changer.
Yeah,
that's why you don't want to attract the wrong people to your business, or
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. And then too, when you kind of get into a flow of having new clients or just steady clients, right? I have a handful of steady clients, and I have a handful of new ones coming in just that need a quick project done. And when you can get everything to flow nicely and smoothly, and you might be able to have your Friday off or a Thursday afternoon, then I can go and do something that I really care about, whether it's helping like in the cancer community or volunteering at the animal shelter, right? Another thing of why I did what I did, now that I'm going back to this, is because I want to play a larger role as a cancer advocate or animal shelter. I want to give more of my time. I want to give my money to them, like something that I'm passionate about, and maybe sit on a board someday. So that's, again, another reason why it's just like, don't doubt yourself. There's so many wonderful people that you meet along the way. And sure, if you make some extra money or a lot of extra money and you are able to go and support something that is really near and dear to you, then that itself is rewarding.
I love this. Love this. You will get on a board. You will.
Thank you.
Think. You said it. It's out there now.
Yes, let's manifest that out there, right?
So let's wrap up. Thank you for sharing all the the steps. And I know we do that in 20 minutes, and I know it's a work of a full life, right? But yeah, it is. But tell me more about how social media, do you find, helps you grow your business and your mindset and the people you attract to you. Tell me about how you stand on that, where you stand.
Yeah, so I've been pretty quiet on the social media front, but I have such great work to share, and if I'm remaining to stay this hidden gem, no one's going to hear about me or see the work that I do for my clients, which then at the same time, they won't follow them or they won't hear about them. So it is a necessary tool to grow your business, to grow other people's business, and to showcase your work. It's not about what outfit you wear or what you're cooking for dinner that evening. It really is just to help showcase your passions. And I'm getting out there, getting better,
You do. I am a witness of it.
Yes. Yep. And like Angelique had no idea what I did. And when I had to go and kind of give a little biography on myself on Facebook, she's like, "You do this? I can't believe that."
Yeah.
So no more being hidden. No more. I want to be out there and I want to make a difference.
Yeah. And to tell you the truth, it sounds so like you when you post. It's like you probably do the right thing, because it's not like, I know you a little bit from the behind the scene, And when I read your stuff, I felt you were right there. So keep showing up, keep helping others online, and you'll be surprised at what happens.
Thank you.
That board is waiting for you.
Yay.
Anything you wanted me to ask you that I didn't, that maybe we could talk about?
Oh boy. No, I don't think so. I mean, really, honestly, the biggest thing I can hit home with is that just do it, right? Just follow your dreams, believe in yourself, and if for whatever reason your journey into entrepreneurship or solopreneurship doesn't work, there's always going to be something to fall back on. You can go back to any job that you want to, but just give it a shot, because really you only live once and you have one life to make it be the best, and you better give this one your all.
I think that's a good conclusion. Woo! Thank you. Thank you,
You're
Rebecca.
welcome.
So you guys, if you have questions, I just saw that on Clubhouse. We couldn't hear me, but just you. So it's okay. Thank you for telling us, Lynn. Now I just see that now, so I don't know why, but at least they heard, like Lynn heard you. And then this on the podcast, if you have questions, let us know and reach out to Rebecca. I want to show you, because you brought us a freebie. If you are into email marketing, which everybody should be on, by the way, you have a freebie, a 50% discount of Flowdesk. And you said it's a new system that you've been using that is really user-friendly and very kind of nice looking too.
Yeah, I mean, it keeps everything on, like your branding is just on point. You can create opt-ins, you get your grow your list, you can build animation or automations with it, and it's gorgeous. It's not you're not boxed in. There's so many different beautiful templates to use, and as much as we love social media, we know that you can be taken down in a heartbeat if they want to, or there could be glitches where you can't get online. And the thing is, you guys, you need an email list so that you can continue to promote your business and your communications to your audience.
And if you need help, there is Rebecca. If you don't have time, we always say we don't have time. We have all the time of the world, by the way. It depends on when you make a priority. So if you need help, you have a good help here. Rebecca is
and if you need social media help, you need to go and connect with Angelique, you guys. So it's a trade-off.
So I put the link everywhere, and I'll put it on the podcast as well. Thank you, Rebecca, for the time together. And
thank you.
Thank you for the inspiration and showing how deep we can go, even on the time that are really hard in our lives. All the good that comes out of it. And that when you're in it, it's hard to believe, right? So I love your message around trusting what's coming at you and go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Just do it. Nike, just do it.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca.